Welcome to another edition of Shooting the Shit from the monthly perspective here on the Earnestly podcast. I'm your host, Earnestly Christian. Of course, when we do this, it's with my sidekicks here. Number one, ladies first, Rosalyn R. Ross. What's up, Roz?
What's up? How are you?
I'm good. I'm so glad we're doing this again. It's been about 5 weeks.
I was kind of worried. Your birthday totally threw up our schedule. So what's up with your birthday disrespecting our consistency?
Damn. Damn. Well, that and then Mr. The third wheel here, GW Gras, G Stelio. It's actually his fault because he could lock in a date for a while because I guess his ass up and covering the NFL draft up in Nashville. That was a surprise, G.
If you want to call covering getting drunk with your friends and just acting like really, really ignorant, yeah, I was definitely covering NFL draft.
But you got credentials, right, for it?
What happened?
But you got credentials for it, though, didn't you?
No, we just got into the Bud Light party.
Oh. I thought you got credentials for the draft. I had no idea. I thought you were doing it for Bears Brawl.
No. I mean, when I went there, I just made it my business to push forward the brand while I was there, But, that's why I was on Twitter so much during it and whatnot. I posted the video. I was there really. And it was funny. When I had to post that video, I had to really gather my shit and compose myself. I was wrecked already.
Where's that video? I got to see it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's on the Bears Bowl. It was during the draft.
Okay,
I was just talking. I actually went out on the street. It was cool, But it was a fun time in Tennessee. I was there Thursday, came back Monday. By Sunday, I was done. I was ready to go home by Sunday.
Of course you were, because you get bored pretty easy. Scale 1 to 10. I hear good things about Nashville. How good a city is it?
If you're into, it's just Nashville. I can't talk for the whole state of Tennessee, but just Nashville. It's when you get there, it's kind of like, oh man, this is fun. It's like the city is alive. I know it's a corny saying, but it's the truth. Because you go to one bar, next door there's another bar, and they're all playing live music. So after a while, you kind of, by the third time you heard Sweet Home Alabama, you're kind of done with live bands.
Yeah.
For the night, and then in the morning when it's 9 a.m. you just want French toast and and water. You go somewhere and it's just live music and people drinking whiskey. It's kind of a lot.
Now.
But I don't think I'll ever go back, but I'm glad I went and just.
Wait, what do you say? Right. Well, that's exactly right because the next time you're in Tennessee, you'll be in Memphis. Let's just make that very clear.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I was just going to say that too, Roz, because you're in Memphis, obviously. How far is Memphis from Nashville again?
It's 3 hours, and I went to college in Nashville, so it feels very much like, and I'm always there.
Oh, okay.
So it feels very much like I don't want to overstate it, but I'm always there. I do have a lot of auditions there. I just shot a film there a month ago, so I'm there quite often. And we're starting to take this.
She's there a lot, but when her good friend G is in town, she can't make it down though. It's cool.
Yeah,
listen, I was shooting. I had a film to shoot, but we're starting to take this. Us Memphians are starting to take this little hype around Nashville kind of personally. So I'm glad to hear G very even in his review of his time there because it's just okay.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna ask you, what's the biases aside? What is the better city in your opinion?
Memphis is more soulful. That's what I'll say. So Nashville is definitely has grown up a lot since I was in school there, and it's gotten really grand and really pretty and shiny. But Memphis is way more soulful. Way more.
Police officers were nice in Nashville. Every cop there was in good spirits, and that was just something I was worried about going into Nashville. But all the cops there were really nice, though.
Graceland's in
Memphis.
Nice.
They're even nicer. They're even nicer in Memphis. Too.
Not only that, but you also have Graceland. You have Graceland. You win by default.
We do have Graceland. Yeah.
By default, you win.
We just shot I was a part of a Hallmark movie that was shot at Graceland. Yeah.
Blowing up. Ross blowing up.
Well, I'm not. That wasn't a shout out to me. That was a shout out to my fair Graceland. But listen, last point on this, which shocked me. But on one of the films I did, this movie producer told me that Memphis was his second favorite city in the freaking world. Like, and his first favorite was Barcelona or something.
I was going to say Yonkers.
Hey, that's the gayest answer.
I was going to say Yonkers, New York.
Yeah, like, what's up with YO? East Jackson what Yonkers was on that list.
It did not make the power rankings, G. Stelio.
I'm just saying, don't sleep on Memphis' soul while you're getting your shine on.
Well, I already told you, I have family there. My cousins, both my cousins are there. Actually, although one of them is moving next month from there back down here to Florida.
Wait, one of your cousins is in Memphis, and I've never met one of these EJ Christian people.
Both of my cousins are two of my cousins are actually in Memphis. Although one of them and his wife are moving here back to Florida next month.
Well, we need to have a shooting the shit meetup somewhere, and we gotta
a meet and greet.
Meet and greet.
Yeah, we gotta have a meet and greet. Like, we gotta get that on the book.
Yeah,
we're being ridiculous now.
I am still not gone. Now, normally, with our family, real quick, we normally do we call it cousins weekend every summer in Memphis. Because my cousin, has a really, really, really big house. She's married to a doctor and all that, so it's a really, really big house. I've never gone though, because every time the family goes, I can't make it for some God knows reason. So the last couple of years we've been having the cousins weekends now, elsewhere. Like last year we had it in Charlotte. This year we're having it in Orlando. So this year I'll make it a course because it's only 2 hours away from my house, though. No big deal. But I still haven't gone to Memphis yet. I'm dying to go. And maybe one of these cousins weekends, maybe next year I'll probably make it up there.
Yeah. Well, we'll make it happen. Let's manifest it.
Right. Now there was some. Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget that I was there and Rosalyn didn't come see me though.
There you go.
Listen, I couldn't. I had to shoot a film. Like, I'm devastated, G.
Just ask her where's the love.
This is the second letdown for. Listen, this is the second letdown of G. Like, I couldn't make his wedding because I got snowed in, and then I couldn't get up freaking 3 hours. G, I'm sorry. I owe you big time. I will mend this fence.
Whatever. I mean, not bad. Like even EJ met me, and EJ is probably one of the laziest people I haven't met in my life. And even EJ.
It is quite sad.
Listen to that list. It's been Darryl Wilson, Antoine Staley, EJ, even Kyle. Even Kyle Nash. You know how big Kyle Nash is? You know how much it takes Kyle to move from point A to point B? And even I met up with Kyle.
Twice.
Yeah, and you're in a lot better shape than all those people I mentioned. So there's no reason why you couldn't make a ride. No reason for nothing, Roz. I just see where I stand, and it's cool.
It is quite sad. I ain't gonna lie. It is quite sad. I mean, but it is what it is. I feel worse because Kyle and I live in the same state, and I have not met him in person yet, and I've known this guy almost 7 years.
Yeah, that's weak.
It is weak.
Yeah, that's weak. Yeah, that's terrible.
This came up on this podcast 2 weeks ago when I had Tokyo Jameson on, his co-host on Dinner Time, and we were discussing that. He's like, "Dude, you need to fix that up, man. That's not right." So,
I mean, like Kyle's an all right
guy. Kyle's cool, man. We love Kyle, man. All right,
he's all right guy.
Yeah. Before we get into some topics, there was some breaking news that before we came on here. Ric Flair. Legendary wrestler, of course, is supposedly in serious condition right now. He was hospitalized, I guess, a couple hours ago, and the word is it's pretty serious. Now, 2 years ago, he had a situation also, too, where he nearly died as well. He was in a medical-induced coma for a couple of days. Actually, for 11 days, now I think about it. So, I don't know, being a wrestling fan, of course, of the old school especially, too, that this is big. This could be massive if we lose him. I mean, any reaction to the, Rosalyn, first off, it's funny because our conversation we were having on the text earlier today, and G and I talking about wrestling. Were you ever a wrestling fan at any point in your life?
Oh, not really. Like, oddly so. This is the weirdest thing. Like, we used to have Saturday morning wrestling come on in Memphis with Jerry Lawler. And my grandmother was like in her 80s, and this was her favorite thing to watch on Saturday. So when I would visit her, I would watch a little bit, but that's as much as I know. Like, literally, you're saying Ric Flair, I'm Googling him right now to see how old he is. He's only I'm saying he's only 70, but he's definitely, 70 is not young, but it's not old. So, yowza. That's tough.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sending my heartfelt concerns to all the wrestling fans out there who this might be a shocking and painful development for, including you two.
I mean, I put a tweet out a little while ago saying, I know there's this cliche, and I don't want to sound like a complete jerk here, but there is a cliche when celebrities die, no matter who it is, that the R.I.P. thing and oh my gosh, and they start waxing poetic. But Ric Flair, if he passes away, this is massive because you do a Mount Rushmore of wrestling in general, regardless of you couldn't even not be a wrestling fan. Like, as you said, you were, and you know who Ric Flair is.
Mm-hmm.
This could be massive, and I hope my stomach was turning off when I read this. I'm like, please don't. I hope you don't lose him, man. But God, I don't know, man. Gee, your thoughts?
Yeah, and it's funny because Rosalyn said she looked up his age, he was 70, and the thing is though, it's rare for those wrestlers to even reach that age, and him having his wits about himself and whatnot at 70 was amazing in its own self, because that's pretty much an industry where you're literally just banging your head against the wall, literally, for like 50 years. And at your end of days, it's a struggle. It's like most of these wrestlers will tell you the end of the days is a struggle, complete struggle, complete pain, and there's not much you could do. On the other side, I think the wrestling part of it, yeah, Ric Flair, I mean, even as obnoxious as Hulk Hogan is, Hulk Hogan will even tell anybody who'll listen, Ric Flair is the greatest, Like, and that's a fact. Like, even Hulk Hogan will say that, and it's a matter of like, every wrestler today with the microphone, with the looks, it's all been taken from Ric Flair, man. Like, one way or another, like, Ric Flair's inspired every generation. So for the wrestling fan, this one is going to hurt more than anybody else if he slips away.
Yeah.
This one is going to hurt more than anything else. The only other one that could come second to it is when it's Hogan's time.
And I can't even say Hogan. Honestly, I can't even say I'm a Hogan diehard, but even I can admit I don't know if they'll have the same impact because Ric Flair's well liked across the board.
See, and for me, like Shawn Michaels' time, which should never come soon, that's going to be the one that affected me because personally, it's just like Shawn Michaels kind of gave birth to the heartthrob. So it's like that. Like Shawn Michaels was the reason like my confidence came up as a kid, and so for me, Shawn Michaels is totally different. But that's everyone's preference. But then when you're looking at the Flair, and I was mentioning this to you earlier, EJ, I think Charlotte Flair is probably pound for pound the best performer on WWE's roster right now. She's the reason why I actually got back into wrestling. And there's nothing about her look. She's just an amazing athlete. She's great on the mic. She's definitely her father's daughter, and she has a main event on a pay-per-view on Sunday. So I wonder, and it's for the belt against Becky Lynch, really hyped up fight. They've been hyping it up for whatever. And it's just like now that her father's in, I wonder what's going to happen there because Charlotte is very, very close with her father. The last time her father came out of the coma or whatever, and WWE did it, that she won the belt, and nobody told her that when she was going to walk up the aisle, her father was going to wait for her. And she literally cried like a little girl. Like it was unplanned. It was crazy to watch. So you can tell that relationship is real. So I just wonder what they're going to do. Because WWE never knows how to do anything when real life comes into play with the storyline. WWE has no idea what to do. So, but yeah, my heart goes out to the whole Flair family. Hopefully he pulls through again. He's a tough son of a bitch. If anybody can, him.
He sure is. Real quick, Rosalyn, do you know who Shawn Michaels is?
I don't.
Shawn Michaels.
Oh, yeah. You know what you got to do? Yeah, you have to look up Shawn Michaels' "Sexy Boy" theme entrance, and you'll understand why I become.
That's G's theme music. Also, when we did the radio show, that was his theme music for the show. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, man. You used to play it on your radio show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and Shawn Michaels is one of those people that will probably admit to anybody that Ric Flair is his hero.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, even like new guys today, they all look at Ric Flair because he kind of like he took wrestling and he put that entertainment spin on it and turned it into something else.
Yeah, check it out, get a chance. Shawn Michaels. Yeah, I think Shawn Michaels will be one of the reasons why you start watching wrestling because he's Jenny and I were talking about it earlier. You saw it on there. I think him and Macho Man Randy Savage are probably the two most entertaining. In the history of the business.
Yeah, and we're talking about on the microphone and in the ring.
In the ring, right? Both. The combination of both.
They just, both nailed it.
Right. So hopefully Ric Flair pulls through on this one. It was. I gotta be honest with you. It was fun watching the NBA draft lottery on Tuesday, and leading up to it, all the Knicks fans, getting all confident. We're gonna get Zion and this and that, and and all that, and then they get the third pick in the draft. I warned my Knicks
If you
friends,
go on Twitter that night, I actually predicted that Knicks would get the third or the fourth pick.
I told fellow Knicks fans who I'm friends with on Twitter, calm down, letdown factors in play here. Don't do this to yourselves.
Because it never works out the way it's supposed to in the lottery.
Never, ever.
It's very rare. I think the only time, and everyone knew it was fixed, were the 2 times Cleveland got Kyrie and LeBron. Right. That was probably it.
And this is why I'm annoyed. And this is why I'm annoyed by the whole thing. People saying, "Oh, Knicks fans, it's rigged." First off, if it was rigged, you would have won. You think the NBA wants to rig for New Orleans of all teams, not the Knicks, a big market team? Stop with the fall. Look, and this comes down to the whole entitled New York sports fans. For the record, I'm a New York sports fan. I'm a Giants fan. I'm a Mets fan. I'm what else I like? The Mets, Giants, and Rangers. But I guess because I don't live there anymore, I don't have the same attachment like they do. Obviously, there's an entitlement with some of these fans now, and and sometimes when these things happen to the Knicks or whatever maybe, I do take some pleasure in that.
Yeah, it's funny because like that day, there was some guy on Twitter, I don't know, one of these blue checkers, and he said something along the lines of, "You have to be a complete idiot if you don't think the NBA is going to get Zion in New York or Chicago." So I responded back to him. I was like, "You have to be an idiot because the NBA has done absolutely nothing to help New York and Chicago the last 10 years." Absolutely. If the NBA cared so much, the NBA is doing fine with their small markets. Yes. If the Knicks or the Bulls or the Lakers were in the playoffs, yes, they're going to make more money. Yes, they're going to make a lot more in advertising. NBA is doing fine. Their playoffs are another season, for Christ's sake. Every game is best out of 7, and most of these series are going 7. The NBA is doing fine with their stupid small market teams. I don't give a shit about Milwaukee. I mean, and nobody who lives outside of Wisconsin should give a shit about Milwaukee. Why would anybody in their right mind willingly go on a plane and fly to Milwaukee to do what? There's nothing in Milwaukee, but they're going to probably represent the East. And the NBA is going to do just fine with it. So, I never get that whole thing about the NBA is rigged, or the star has to go to a big city. Plus, going back to your New York bias thing or whatever, I live here. I hate every New York team, all of them. I wish they all just jumped off the Manhattan Bridge.
Even though your takes can be ridiculous, there are moments where I feel like your defiance and your reasons for that is justified. Honestly.
Yeah, because I have to deal with it. You know what it is? It's like if you lived with a younger brother who just annoyed the shit out of you, and everyone's like, "Oh, but he's so cute." I'm like, "No, I live with him. He's annoying." Yeah. And that's why I try to tell people about the New York sports fans. They're like, "Oh, they're so passionate." I'm like, "No, they're annoying, man. I hear it every day. They're unrealistic. They feel they deserve everything." And they're just annoying. The only reason why I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan is because I was a fan of them when they were in Jersey. They just migrated to New York, so now I have a New York team. But
wait, so your entire rejection of New York sports is because the fans are so annoying? Is that what it really stems from?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I hate the New York. Let me tell you, I think from the horror stories I hear, Philly got to be the worst.
Yeah.
But New York sports fans are just absolutely just asinine.
Philly and Boston are two of the worst cities. I think because of the violence factor too. Also, New York sports are just annoying.
Yeah, they are. And I'm saying, let me tell you, Knicks fans are out of their mind. That team hasn't been shit since Patrick Ewing. And they're acting like, "Oh, LeBron's a free agent. LeBron's got to come here. Oh, KD's a free agent. He got to come here." Why? Everybody knows that your owner is an asshole. And nobody, when they have a choice, wants to work for an asshole. I mean, and that's pretty much the bottom line. That's the reason why none of these free agents come here. And then it's funny because they keep talking about, "Oh man, don't worry about the draft. We'll get KD and we'll get Kyrie and we'll work Anthony Davis." Yeah, that's great because KD is mentally checked out already. You know, KD broke up a harmonious locker room in Golden State pretty much. Everything was fine. So KD got there, all the rumors started flying because KD got a chip on his shoulder. And then you have Kyrie Irving. He's never dependable because you never know when his ankles or his back are going to give out. And Anthony Davis plays 35 games a year. Good luck with that.
He's just a weird dude in general. I mean, Kyrie Irving.
Which one, KD or Kyrie? Because they're both weird.
Well, Kyrie's worse. Like, flat Earth. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, and KD is definitely I definitely feel like he broke up that locker room. I agree 100%. And so many things
think when he leaves,
accommodate him.
When he leaves, he'll be fine.
I think so too. Oh, absolutely. I just think he's disruptive now, and it's in a way that makes me like him less. I mean, I like him, but I like him less because of how he's affected that team. I really do like him less.
I will say this much, Roz. I mean, look, it's been 2 1/4 games since he got hurt. And again, I've said before, and it's confirmed now in his last couple of games. This Warriors team is more fun to watch without Kevin Durant. Not saying Durant's not good. Durant's arguably the best player in the league. But there's an organic factor to the Warriors without Kevin Durant.
Yes, he's completely disruptive to that. Like, I've always, since he's gotten there, I've said, I like that team better when the ball is in Steph's hands. When it gets in KD's hands, he has a way about defaulting to that old school thing he had to do in OKC, which is like dribble, ISO shoot, dribble, ISO shoot. Like that's the way they ran their offense there. And that's not what the Warriors do, and they don't need to do that, and that's not them at their best. And when Steph is out and KD has to run the point or whatever they allow him to do, like the ball's always in his hands, they look like a very average. They look kind of average to me, except for they got a bunch of hoopers on there. But the way the basketball moves and the way they play looks like normal basketball. But when Steph is out there, it looks like the next level offense we're used to. So I'm not saying, I mean, certainly I'm not happy about his injury. I'm wishing him well and all of that good stuff. But at the same time, you know, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they'll be fine through this series and through the finals if it has to come to that, because goodness gracious, Toronto nor Milwaukee, I just don't.
Well, really? I actually disagree with you there. I think if they don't have Durant for the finals, either of these two teams can beat Golden State.
Really?
I think
Milwaukee could beat Golden State?
It sounds weird, but I think defensively speaking, they can match up with Golden State very well without Durant. Now, if Durant's in the equation, that's a whole different story.
Well, I mean, listen, on paper, these matchups always have a way. Listen, I love Kawhi Leonard. He's out of here beasting out right now.
Oh, he's great.
But, like, these people have been to, like, what is it, their 5th straight finals or something? Like, where are the Warriors in their progression of how many finals they've been to?
Which is exactly why I think they will lose, because
a dynasty, which we've talked about. Like,
which is why I think they will lose, because I think the attrition is going to be the issue. And number one, even though the Warriors are playing well right now in this 3-game sample right now without Durant, they're not as deep as they were 4 or 5 years ago when these guys were younger. And remember, these guys are 5 years older now. I mean, Iguodala can't do the same thing he did 3-4 years ago on moment's notice. I mean, he'll give you a good game here and there, but Iggy was the guy doing that every night for a while. Not so much anymore. And
this is where I become. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, this is where I become like the soundbite old gal who's watching NBA basketball, because I'm like, experience and coaching. Like, at the end of the day, like, I don't know 7 games against this team, like, experience and coaching. I just don't know if either Toronto or Milwaukee can overcome those 2 factors. I just don't. Especially poor little Toronto. Like, they barely, I didn't think
Toronto,
they were going to make it.
I think the odds are they'll beat Toronto. I think Milwaukee, and I've seen Bucks and Warriors games the last couple of years, even before Giannis went on this big tear. Milwaukee matches up well with Golden State because of their size. So that's going to be an issue, too. Like, they can keep up with Curry. I'm not saying they're going to beat him. I'm just saying that they can match up enough to the point where they can keep that series close. Now, with Durant's in the equation, that's a whole different story. But without Durant, I say it's 7-game series probably. And don't forget, too, Milwaukee will have home court advantage. Well, either team will have home court advantage against Golden State also, too. Toronto and Milwaukee have better records this year.
Can we talk about how I hate Toronto, too, because their fans...
Yeah. It's like a yearly thing now in Toronto. I will say this much. Like, are they at least a little more likable with Kawhi now? A little bit?
I don't know if they are because I'm madder. Like I feel I'm angrier at the fact that his addition to the team, that nobody still has stepped up. I don't like these teams that could. These little things, like when you're working with like some sort of mid-level talent and
right.
you're gonna grind it out and gut it out.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem rooting for you. But when you're like number 1, number 2 seed, like 2-3 years in a row, and you can't figure out how to get out of the first round, like I don't know what I'm looking at now. Like now I feel like you're hustling me into thinking you're a thing that you're not. And that's how I feel. And I really thought, like with the acquisition of Marc Gasol, that was really gonna make them look really good to me in these playoffs and be a standout team.
He played well yesterday.
He did. He really did a great. And I didn't get a chance to see the whole game yesterday, but they still lost. Like Milwaukee. I mean, Milwaukee won yesterday. Yeah. And so that team. So I really like Kyle Lowry a lot, and I really like Kawhi, and God bless Marc Gasol. But I can't figure out why they can't put it together. And then G is correct. Their fans, this whole
idiot.
Oh
yeah,
God.
like it.
Wait, Rob, you sharing G's frustration of the fans? Because G's been doing this for like 5-6 years now.
G's got a whole trough of people, fan bases that he's got a problem with.
Yeah,
but again, these people who root for these teams, like these Clippers fans, like these Houston fans, the people who root for these teams that are weird, and I can't figure out what the hell. Like they look good, and then they don't. Like I don't get those people.
I'll give you Houston. Toronto, I'm a little more, sensitive to though.
No, Toronto.
Really? Why are you sensitive? Toronto.
Because they are.
When was the last time Kyle Lowry went into a gym?
They are loyal. I mean, they always do well with tickets. Even when they're mediocre, they're always a team. They show out for their team, even when they're mediocre.
But Kyle Lowry's fat is my point. Like he is so out of shape, so gross. So gross.
So gross. Look at this guy.
Look at his arms. It's disgusting. Like, how are you a professional athlete and you look like that? You look like shit.
How bad is that last night? He actually played he had a great game last night and he still lost. That's actually a bad sign.
You know what? And that was the first time in a long time in the playoffs he actually showed up when they needed him. So sorry, they've been paying $20 million a year for how long? And you finally showed up and you lose. So loser.
I think this actually started with when I think the Nets and the Raptors 2014 Nets Raptors first round is when I was exposed to G's hatred of the Raptors.
Because I didn't even know they existed, and then I realized I hated them. and let me say, DeMar DeRozan I hate more than oh my God, I hate DeMar DeRozan. I hate DeMar DeRozan. Oh my God, I can't stand DeMar DeRozan, dude. Oh my God!
You need to say you hate San Antonio now because of that.
No, let me tell you, I didn't hear nothing about San Antonio all year, so I have no idea. I have no idea. I mean, they made the playoffs, I know that, but I didn't even see a Greg Popovich soundbite this year, so I don't know.
So obviously you're picking the Warriors and to win the West, of course, and then
But who are the Warriors playing against? Portland.
Portland.
Give me Portland. Give me Portland.
you know that down 1-0, right?
Yep. Portland will win it in 5.
Wait, Portland's gonna beat the Warriors. Get the hell out of here.
G is the kiss of death. He's the kiss of death, man.
I know. Yeah. What are you doing? Get off your phone.
Don't ask me nothing about basketball. I always pick the loser.
By the way, sorry about your Nets. We haven't spoken since that series ended. Sorry about the Nets. But they play well most of the series.
I really
that was a good job, good effort.
Yeah.
That was a good job.
Yeah, whatever. They came out there, and 2 of those games they just gave away in the fourth quarter, which I think that's because of the youth and experience that we had on that team. So, and let's be Philly has 3 All-Stars on their team. Like we had D'Angelo Russell. I mean that's it. So I mean whatever. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do in the offseason. Though I actually think they're not going to try to re-sign D'Angelo Russell because they don't view him as a max player. And I mean, I guess you go either way with that. He's had a great season, but I think the Nets feel he excelled in their system, which is an argument to be made. So the Nets are in a weird spot because they have a lot of good role players, a lot of good pieces. They can still make the playoffs in the East, but they need to, and they are going to make a push for some All-Stars this year because it's the time. They have the money and they have talent around it now.
Durant, maybe your boy Durant.
Let me tell you, that's been a rumor. This will be Jason Kidd all over again for me. If we get Kevin Durant, it'll be like great. Like we get another player who's going to make us better, and I hate them. I can't win.
Wait, what's up with your hatred of Jason Kidd?
Oh, he's like a legit scumbag. Like he's just a piece of shit.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree.
I didn't want him on my team at all. And obviously, I would say that it's because of him the Nets had their best run ever. For a couple of years. But yeah, I just didn't like him as a human being. And then remember when he tried to hoodwink the Nets, but before he left them for Milwaukee, he tried treating like the best players. He's just like a real piece of shit. I just wish people knew this. I don't know why.
I'm on that hill with you too, brother. On Jason Kidd.
I know it. I know it.
I don't get why Jason Kidd gets this pass all the time. I don't get it. He's not a good person. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
He's just not a good person.
Yep, okay. I agree.
Speaking of basketball, speaking of the Warriors, have you guys followed this Ayesha Curry story? She was on Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith, I think last week.
Yes.
Yeah. And basically, it was a very good interview she had, but one of the things that came out in that interview was how she feels about getting certain male attention. Here's a quote here I'm going to read to you guys, and we'll go from there. She feels very bothered about women falling over her husband. Quote, "Something that really bothers me and honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, there are all these women throw themselves, but me, for the past 10 years, I don't have any of that. I have zero. This sounds weird, but zero male attention. And so then I begin to internalize it. And I'm like, is something wrong with me?" Now, Ayesha Curry, of course, is the wife of Steph Curry. They have 3 kids, beautiful family, all that. I think I know where G's gonna go with this one because I know he's had some issues with the Curry family for years. I don't know if he's I don't know if he's warmed up.
Shout out to Dell though. I never had an issue with Dell.
Okay. I don't know if it's bad anymore, but I know a couple years ago the Ice Curry thing she annoyed him pretty handily years ago. This is now not 2019. And folks were coming hard on her about what she said, and I'll give my perspective real quick. I thought I like honesty. I like authenticity. I thought she was honest in the moment. And, I mean, it is quite surprising that no males go after her. I think she's very attractive, personally. But, I don't know. Maybe, I guess, I don't know, mental health. I don't know where we want to go with this. But, I mean, I do appreciate the honesty she gave there. And I wish people, especially black people, especially our people, would be a little more sensitive to that kind of stuff. Instead of trying to make memes about it and gifs and all that. This is a serious issue. This is something that, she's laying her heart out here to the world, and folks are kind of looking as though what the hell, man? You have Steph Curry. I don't know. Roz, your thoughts?
Oh, first of all, this was by far the most annoying. I mean, it's been a while since some hot topic has annoyed me in this way, but this thing really annoyed the hell out of me because it was kind of even in the fact that I get what she's saying, as I was just listening to you say that you applaud her honesty, this was a nothing statement. No one leaves their house and no one spends 35 minutes getting prepared to leave their house, going to barbershops and salons and ironing their clothes and going to gyms and working out and squatting so that no one ever looks at them in an acknowledgement of the fact that they're a person. Now, the girl didn't say she wanted to start getting D-pics in her inbox. All she said was she is with a person who people blatantly and probably disrespectfully
even porn stars
ogle over. Oh, yeah, even porn stars ogle in front of her. And here she is not getting a second look from a guy. That's a very normal thought, I would think. I don't even know that it deserves to be applauded for its authenticity and its honesty. It's a nothing kind of statement to me. But what I have found interesting and annoying is how all these dudes, the gender wars that happen on social media are so hilarious and sad to me at both the same time, because all these dudes, like, they have been all over it. Like, oh my God, if Steph had said that, it would have been a problem, and blah, 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 and she's just insecure. I'm like, it was a nothing statement. So, in fact, she was not the most interesting. First of all, Steph's mother, I don't play about Steph's mother. Like, that's one of the great bad broads of the 20th and 21st centuries.
She's gorgeous.
Like, she is so freaking, like, she was sitting there so graceful and poised and like an OG, and like, what the hell are y'all little girls in here crying about? Like, I've been in this thing doing it for years. Like, Ayesha was not even the most interesting part of that interview to me at all. So, now since then she has said some things that have made me sick, because apparently she also came out and said she won't stop talking. So it's not even about what she said, but it's like she knows that she got raked over the coals for this thing that she did say about wanting attention. And since then she's continued to talk. Like, now she said something about black people don't think she's black enough. And now I'm like, why won't you just stop talking? That's the thing that may indicate to me that she may be like in a tough space, or maybe experiencing some postpartum depression or something. But stop talking, because what you said, that should die, because it was a nothing statement. Anyway. But, and I should say this before G weighs in. Like, I am the person who wrote that, and I think I talked about this on your show, EJ, but like 3 or 4 years ago, I'm the person that wrote a whole article about how I didn't think Riley needed to be at press conferences. Like, that annoyed me, because I'm like, same thing makes you laugh, makes you cry. You're going to put this baby out here, and then when people start roasting your child, you're going to have a problem with it. So don't overexpose. Don't overshare. So I do get, though, why people are of the mindset, like, okay, she's oversharing, and she's made herself vulnerable to this type of criticism. I get that, because I didn't want their baby running around at this press conference. I didn't think that was cute at all. So if that's what my guy G is about to say, which he likely is, because he's very annoyed by them and their shiny little family picture, I don't disagree with that. But what she said was nothing. And she was far more boring than on that interview than all of the attention she's gotten since would seem to suggest.
That is a very interesting perspective from a woman, especially too. I appreciate the honesty there. I mean, I actually didn't think I didn't expect that, to be honest, from you, Ross. But hey,
really?
No, I'm a little surprised. I'm a little surprised that you came down hard on that.
Well, no, wait, did I? I didn't come down hard on. Like, I guess what I'm saying is, I don't.
And it's okay. For the record, it's okay to do that. It's okay. That's not
No. But I'm just saying, like, I don't have a problem with what she said. I have a problem with the extreme reaction to what she said. But what she said seemed
was nothing.
Very nothing. Like, it seemed like a normal thing where, like, even if I'm with a dude we're going out, I want him to get some attention. Like, please, somebody look at him so I can know he's worth looking at.
I think where I'm lost is the fact that but yet you don't hear celebrity females say these kind of things publicly. I think that's what it is. Like, that is a nothing thing, but it's never said in the open by people of her ilk, if you will.
Well, and let's just be clear. So here's the thing that, like, if I have to go more in depth with this discussion, then I would say this.
Unpack all the way.
Like, I don't know that her husband is a celebrity. Like, her husband is a superstar. That doesn't mean that she is not a celebrity, but
she has
in this relationship of right, in this relationship of superstardom, he by far is the initiator of why we care about her. And so that's not the same thing as Halle Berry coming out and saying, well, no guy has looked at me in a long time, because Halle Berry is a superstar. Ayesha Curry is adjacent to a superstar, and thus we care about her. So in that sense, she is sort of having to find herself within a relationship that is being guided and managed by the superstardom of her husband. So it is very hard. And even Steph's mama, again, who was a far more interesting piece of this interview, but even she talked about how she had to make decisions early on in their marriage about, okay, when we're out at a club and this happens, I'll respond this way. I won't travel with him on the road. I don't want to lose myself in this marriage because I am still a whole person, even though I'm married to someone who's a star.
Right.
So there is definitely a way in which you have to adjust to that. And I can imagine that it's very, very difficult doing so and very easy to lose your value when you're walking around with somebody who is an absolute superstar that Steph is. So in that way, yes, there is a challenge in trying to figure out, in maintaining your security and maintaining your own identity, because she is superstar adjacent and that made her a celebrity. But we didn't care about Ayesha Curry's cooking until Steph was a superstar. We just didn't. And that's a different type of celebrity than you owning your own celebrity and being the thing that we care about.
That's true.
So,
that's a good point. G?
First off, who told Jada Pinkett it was all right that she got her own talk show? Like, I never accept those. Who wants to go to Jada Pinkett to get questioned by Jada Pinkett, who is in one of the most questionable Hollywood relationships of all time? You know, like who wants to sit there and be pretty much judged by Jada Pinkett? I don't get the obsession with the red table. First off, I think that's stupid because, and right now you're combining two of the families that I hate the most, the Currys and the Smiths, right? So now the Currys and the Smiths sitting at the same table. I want no part of this discussion at all. You know, I'm seeing the promos for it. I'm like, nope, skip, nope, not going to watch it. Nope, I have no interest. And then what happens? Ayesha Curry opens up her big dumb mouth again. Because like Rosalyn said, she can't shut up. Like, I don't know how Steph is even with this chick. Because obviously, she's self-indulgent. She has a superstar husband, and she doesn't understand what the world is about. Your husband is a two-time MVP. He has a sneaker deal making, $18 million a year just off basketball. Forget about endorsements. It's because of him you go on TV and cook in your turtlenecks. You know, because you're a Christian girl, you can't show off no skin, and I've had enough of Ayesha Curry. I want Steph Curry. I want one of these Instagram girls to slip into his DMs, film him, put it out there, and just expose the whole falsehood that is the Curry family. I hate them.
Oh my God! So basically nothing's changed in 5 years, 4 years.
She doesn't shut up, man. She doesn't like the fact that her husband is more famous than her. No one will say this. It's the truth. Because you know why? Because growing up, she was probably the girl in the neighborhood that all the guys wanted. You know? And then, whatever, her and Steph hooked up. Steph became Steph, and she had to ride his side now. And that's how it is. Like, she doesn't want to be number two in that. And maybe Steph's not doing enough at home to reassure her that she's not the head of the household. Like, how about that? You know, because if she's out there wanting attention from other men, then what are you doing, Steph? You know, like, what are you doing at home? You're not complimenting her? You're just like, I'm on the road for 2 weeks, see you later. Is that what Steph's doing? You know, this is a picture-perfect family they've been trying to sell us, but obviously she's not happy. Because, and don't get me wrong, every woman wants to get flirted with, every guy wants to get flirted with, that's just human nature. But for her to come out and say it like that, then Steph's doing something wrong, and that perfect family needs some fucking counseling.
I will defend Steph Curry. Now, look, I didn't want him dragging little Riley to this dang on press conference while all of y'all were talking about this is we should be happy. The black man is taking this child. Shut the hell up. Like, that baby does not need to be at a freaking press conference, and we don't need that to show that black fathers care about their children. I'm sorry. I was not with that. I did not appreciate it. But people were like, oh, Rosalyn, how could you be so tough on that? But all that to say, I will defend Steph. So I'm not totally bought into the fact that she's unhappy. And I think she probably got caught off guard that she said this out loud. She was sitting there having girl talk and forgot the dang on camera was on. I don't know what the hell happened. But I will not allow you, G, to say that it must be because Steph isn't doing something at home. Like, if she is actually unhappy, then you're right. It's probably based on all of the stuff that you said, which is that she got all the attention when she was younger. She clearly had aspirations of being an actress herself. She has done some acting, but now she managed to marry, which is what all the little girls dream of doing that aren't her. She managed to bag a superstar, marry this person, get loved on by him, and now has zero worries in the world, and probably is wanting some part of her individuality. I get it. But let me tell you, when you just said he's the one that allows her to go on TV and cook in her turtlenecks, that was the funniest thing.
Wow, I know.
That is the freaking funniest thing that I have heard in response to this whole thing, and it may be the funniest thing I've heard this week. That, my dear, is pure gold.
I expect to hear that.
I don't get that dynamic. I don't get nothing. Like, the family's just weird, man. And like I said, I think there is some jealousy on her part. That's what I really think it is. A lot of people say no, she just being human. I think there is some jealousy on it, because it wouldn't be the first time there's been a mega celebrity and their spouse who's just a little jealous of it. It happened with what were these two white kids when they got married really young? Oh my God, the Legally Blonde chick and her baby father now, and they got
Felipe and Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah,
Reese and Ryan Felipe.
Yeah, like she was blowing up, and he was jealous. You know, because
that's what I'm saying. That's the point I'm making. Yeah, if you're superstar adjacent,
he was acting. He was doing pretty good, but she blew up.
Shit, that was me. I'm jealous of what? I sit back, relax, watch TV, and watch it making money. I ain't gonna lie. Jealous.
No, I'd be jealous.
You be jealous too? You're a G. That's different.
Shit, man.
G, be careful with your authenticity and your honesty on this platform. It might get blown up they might gift the hell out of you all over social media about how can he possibly admit this.
If you see my message, people hate me anyway now.
You like it anyway. You like
pretty
it.
bad.
You like it though, so be quiet. You know. So
no, I just don't. I just don't respond really.
Did you guys see Endgame?
I'm gonna see it tomorrow. Actually,
you haven't seen it yet? Wow.
I tell you, after they ruined Spider-Man, I just gave the middle finger to Marvel Comics movie universe. I was like, whatever, man. Kind of done with y'all. Kind of over y'all.
They ruined Spider-Man?
Yeah, I hated that Tom Holland. I hated it. Hated it.
Rosalyn, did you see it?
No.
You not into it?
I know. I mean, listen, I don't even know how to respond. Like, I don't know why I haven't seen it. I just haven't.
Have you?
As time goes on, I probably won't.
Are you into the Marvel comic stuff?
I think they've made like one too many. Like, I think I'm just like
burnt out.
There's an Infinity War, and then there's an Endgame. Like, what are we doing? Like, what's the progression on this? Like, is this the big final war that ends it all, or is there going to be another war? No, there's going to be another one, or a prequel, or something. I think I'm just kind of like. I think I'm having trouble keeping up, and my pure frustration with keeping up with where we are on the timeline of mass destruction of the universe at the hands of Marvel in their world, and so I've just rejected the whole thing. Because I didn't see Infinity Wars either, and this thing I heard is tough for the first hour, and then it gets... So what's your take? Was the first hour really slow, EJ, and then it got better?
I mean, yeah, a little bit. I mean, it was definitely dialogue-filled. It's a 3-hour movie. You have to pace yourself with it. You know, but it was slow into the dialogue. It was all dialogue. Yeah, I'm with you.
Wait, there was no big war scene. Like, there's no.
No, it was in the end though.
The middle
and the end. The middle and the end, of course. But I mean, like I said, it's a 3-hour movie, so it's spaced out in a lot of ways. So the first hour, I would say, is a little slower than usual.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
How many movies?
I don't know.
Of the 22 movies, I think it's 22. Of the 22 movies, maybe it's 23, whatever. How many of them have you seen, actually, Roz?
Wait, there were 23 made? See, this is what I'm talking about. There are 23 of these
Marvel comic universe, cinematic universe movies all entangled. Yeah.
Wait, and this is not the one. There are not 23 of these with the full cast. You're telling me of all the different little stories of each.
Yeah, that all tie together in the same universe. Yeah, between Spider-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Black Panther.
Well, let's see. So I saw Black Panther. I saw all of the Iron Mans. I saw all the Spider-Mans, which were brilliant films. Amazingly well done film. Like 1, 2, and 3 with Tobey Maguire. They were amazing.
No, wait, those don't count. They're not part of this.
Oh,
Tobey Maguire ones are before this. Yeah.
The good ones don't count though.
Wait. Gee, you prefer the Tobey Maguire ones?
Right, it's like,
Gee.
Yeah.
You preferred Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans?
Yeah, I even preferred Andrew Garfield over the new guy.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Andrew Garfield was really good too. Andrew Garfield was really good, but those Tobey Maguire ones were actually good films. Like they were actually actual, real good films. Like independent of whether they fit into this crazy alternate universe, they were well done films.
The Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse was probably the best Spider-Man movie I think I've ever seen. The cartoon one, like that was actually really good. You know, I suggest that to anybody who watches it. I thought that cartoon movie was great. But yeah, I just go. I was never into Captain America. Didn't give a shit about Thor. The Avengers are corny. Like, you know, and then what I think got me out of it, EJ, was that the X-Men were never part of the Marvel universe. You know, and that kind of pissed me off because it's like, how you gonna have the Marvel universe without the X-Men? You know, so that always left a weird taste in my mouth. I don't know. And then like the emergence of Black Panther because of whatever. Black Panther was never that big in Marvel. You know, he wasn't. You know, he wasn't like a major player in Marvel. He was just a side character in the Avengers. Let's be honest. You know, I mean, like I understand that they made it and they capitalized off like the public's emotions. I understand that, and it's great. You know, for at least for every dark skinned kid to see a dark skinned hero, I think it's fantastic. But you know, I didn't care about the superhero at all.
I'll say it again. I've said it over and over again. I'll say it again. Black Panther is a good movie. It's a great movie, but it's overrated. People, no. Let me rephrase that. People overrate 100%. It. People overrate it.
And
it's not overrated.
You know why? Because people feel they have to. That's why.
Because of the politically correct crowd, of course.
Yep. Yeah. Honestly, I think people feel they have to say it's great, or else they're going to be viewed as a racist or unsupportive.
Of course. Roz, you know that?
It's just an unfair position to be in, but that's what I honestly think about Black Panther.
Right. Roz?
Well, I feel like, you know, that seems really extreme, but I do feel like I thought that the film was nuanced and it had really good meaning and it was really, timely and relevant and important for culture, right? But those are sort of baseline. That's my baseline review. Like people, to your point, EJ, have gone all the way in making it like with these huge big messages. And I don't know that I saw all of that. I saw a really good looking film with good looking people in it who represented a race that had been underrepresented, and that in itself was a big deal, and the storyline was well done, it was well written. But it's definitely been like, how it fits into the Marvel Universe, I have no idea because I was not a comic book kid at all. But yeah, I feel like people are afraid to criticize it as a film because to criticize it would mean you must have a problem with an all-black cast.
Yeah.
Which it's not what people are saying.
Scared to criticize Wonder Woman too. I didn't watch Wonder Woman, but that's the kind of vibe I got from it too. People were scared to criticize it because there was a strong woman role.
Wonder Woman was great though. It was a great movie. I really enjoyed it.
Was that great? Was it great?
I heard 50-50 on it. So.
Wait, was that a great film?
To me, I thought it was. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really good. That was really good. 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I love it.
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. Okay, I believe you. I'll take your word for it. I kind of saw it and I kind of did.
Your job is entertain me. That's it. Entertain me. I was entertained for 2 hours.
Okay, well that's kind of different from saying it's great. Like, freaking men like rest in peace, Detective Squad entertained me for 2 hours, but I don't know.
I guess what it is also too. I think we make too much of these movies. At the end of the day, these are just movies. I mean, the goal of a movie is to entertain you, and I think hype, and expectations play a lot into these how we perceive these movies. I mean, Black Panther had all this hype, and I watched it. It was really, really good. I mean, again, people overrate it. It's not overrated, but people overrate it. When I say that, people think I'm being, that's not, you're not black enough. Really? Because I have an opinion? An
Well,
honest
you're
opinion?
not, but-
Fuck out of here, dude. Shut up.
We'll do a whole deep dive podcast from that one day.
Yeah, that's it. I'll take a couple episodes actually. Last thing to let you guys go. Now I know you guys are not Game of Thrones watchers. However, I'm sure you guys have seen all the incessant posts over the course of the last 5 weeks. You know, obviously the series finale is this Sunday, so 6 episodes. We've gone through the last 5 weeks of this Game of Thrones across the board on social media. Do these posts annoy you, or are you able to ignore it?
I mean, for me, I just went and because Twitter has that cool thing where you can block certain words and phrases, so I just mute those phrases. So I don't really have to deal with it, really. I mean, I block them for like a week at a time, so whatever. And then people are usually over it by Thursday or whatever. But so I really don't see it because I remember when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, this is annoying." And the two guys I podcast with, Raul and Mike, they always want to talk about it. And I always have to cut them off very rudely during the podcast because it's just insanity. Even the names of the characters, they just sound like such ridiculous bullshit. And then it's funny because people always want to make fun of me for watching wrestling. I'm like, yeah, you're watching witches, dragons, and wizards.
Exactly.
I don't know.
And I watch both.
I watch watching wrestling. You know?
I watch both. Yeah. Yeah.
Gee, you're using that feature? Of course you're using it. You would be the one person I know that's actually using that. So you've been blocking out Game of Thrones now since it came back, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, I do that. Let me tell you, during the football season, no bullshit, I'm telling people this, I block Chicago Bears from my thing because people say the most ridiculous shit, like the fans. So I have to block it because I get so aggravated seeing like dumb fans talk about my team.
That is exactly like Heat Twitter. Actually, Heat Twitter's the same thing. Some of the dumbest shit being said by some people.
Yeah, and so you're just tired of seeing it, you know. So like I've blocked that a million times. You know, I during the season, like I'll block Bears, especially after a loss. I block it for like 24 hours because I can't.
Wow,
it's a good feature. It's a good feature.
Now, you have no interest in seeing Game of Thrones ever, do you?
Nah, I don't care.
Okay. Roz, I think you started at one point and then you said nah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I watched maybe like 2 or 3 episodes in the middle of some season, didn't know the history, like didn't go back, I can't, like, I honestly would like to know what, before, this is what I'm going to ask, because EJ, you watch it, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm a diehard fan, so, yeah.
But you're catching up. Are you on this current season, or were you binging to catch up?
No. I've been week to week for the last, 7 years.
Oh, okay. So, here's the thing, like, before this season, I was thinking that at some point in my life, I might decide to start and watch this thing to figure out. I'm very curious as to what it is.
You had 2 years between now and 2017.
Yeah, but no, I wasn't gonna. What I didn't want to do is start on a Monday and look up, and I've been in my house for 2 weeks, being engulfed by wizards, witches, and dragons, like G said. But listen, the thing that now will probably stop me from ever doing that is that you people, you Game of Thrones people, have been very critical of this final season.
Not me.
Now I'm going to ask you.
Not me. I love it.
Dude, people are like, have you not seen this meme where there's a beautifully drawn horse tail and then it progresses to looking like your infant druid?
And those people are idiots.
And the idea is that was the first season of writing, and now in season 8, it's baby writing, it's infants trying to write a story. Apparently it's bad. So help me understand how it is devolved.
I'll help you real quick. I'm not part of that world personally. I'm the minority when it comes to this season. Are there things I'm like, why would you do that? Yes, there is some things in there, but overall I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying what it is, man. You know, I'm not part of that world in terms of this is great. Petition HBO to rewrite. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not. No. Because that kind of energy you guys have, put it towards the Alabama abortion bill that's passed yesterday in Alabama. I'll put it to other things that actually matter. Okay, seriously. I am not in that world. I'm actually okay with the season, with the way it's going, honestly. Like I said, not every little thing that I agree with. Hell, not every little thing I've seen throughout the entire 8 years I agree with. But this is a written show. You know, you're not gonna get your way every time. You know, stop.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the hype. I mean, if you want to be hype about it, it's fine. I just roll past it. I mean, quite honestly.
Those same idiots that complain about it will be in front. Listen, Rosalyn, those same idiots that complain about it and try to make petitions and all that stuff are gonna be in front of the damn TV at 9 o'clock on Sunday. So they got your money already, bro.
Of course, yeah.
They got your money. They already spent it. So stop. You know, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Look, one thing I've noticed though, and I will say this, and I think you may relate to this to some degree, is I think there's a thing now, and I think I've noticed it more in the last 10 years of watching TV and binging TV shows, that I guess the hardest thing to satisfy more than anything else, no matter how good a show is the ending of a show. Like, as big as the Sopranos are, Sopranos is one of the greatest shows in the history of television. The ending still gets criticized to high hell to this day.
Well, you want to talk about now, if we want to have a conversation about annoying fans,
Mm-hmm.
this is where fans annoy me. Fans of TV shows who don't understand how TV shows need to end. Like, what did people expect from the ending of I thought The Sopranos final episode was brilliant. And if you went and did any reading on it, you would have appreciated it even more, because apparently there was a lot of subtle symbolism in there that I completely missed. But I realized how crazy people go over endings when Seinfeld ended, because people had a huge problem with Seinfeld's finale, and I thought it was pitch perfect to what that show had been for freaking 10 seasons. And another on that same network, like Veep, has ended on HBO, and I just finished it maybe yesterday, and everything I've read has been like, oh, the ending finally brought up its rear in the last 10 minutes. The whole thing was brilliant. I don't know what it is with people.
I need to finish that show, Veep. I need to finish Veep.
Oh my God, Veep.
I like it a lot. I started season 1 a couple years ago, but I really enjoyed it. I never finished it.
It's so good. But people are never satisfied, to your point, with the way fans are never satisfied with the way shows end, and that annoys me, because I think they want these rosy, cutesy little endings where everything is tied up neatly, and
they want good guy, bad guy. And the thing is, this show, I mean, if Game of Thrones is touching anything, is that do not expect the unexpected. Like, it's always been zig and zag with this entire show. That is the success of the show to begin with. So why are people mad about the things now? Because they're not getting their way. That's what it is. That's why they say shut up.
The single most disappointing ending to a show ever I can't remember if we talked about this show on here, was How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, yes.
Did anybody on this?
How
I Met Your Mother was by far my least favorite. It was the worst ending to a show.
It's in my top 2.
I've never watched that show. I never saw it.
It's in my top 2.
You would have probably apprrited that show.
Yeah,
it takes a lot for me to get into sitcoms. Like, that's why I just can't. Like outside of The Office and probably, I don't even know, like in Seinfeld, it takes a lot for me to get into a sitcom, you know. But on the topic of shows, I will say a show that wrapped up, and I thought the writing was actually really good from beginning to end, was Gotham. The whole Gotham show I thought was written really great, it was really creative, especially because they had to appease the fanboys, you know, of the DC comic universe, and I thought it ended right. You know, the one show that I did hate its ending was Sons of Anarchy, which is probably my favorite.
Oh, I
television show.
despised that. Yeah, I did not like that.
But
I liked it better than How I Met Your Mother. But I didn't like it. Yeah, I agree.
Right, the ending was just like, why? It's like, really? I was like, because Jax Teller, if you don't watch Sons of Anarchy, and I'm not spoiling anything, is pound for pound one of the coolest human beings ever in fictional TV history. like Jax Teller is amazing. Like, from beginning to end, Jax Teller is just amazing. You know, and if you're a guy, you want to be him. If you're a girl, you want to be with him, kind of thing. He's that kind of cool dude. You know, and the ending of that show, I was just like, what garbage.
I agree. It was terrible. I was so disappointed in the way that show ended.
It is definitely top 2 for me, though, in terms of the endings. The only other show I hated, other than How Much Mother, the ending that I was invested in, was Dexter.
I never watched that either.
I never watched Dexter. I never watched it. But that's a show that I've been thinking about going back.
That show actually is really good. You might like that show, actually. The first 4 or 5 years is amazing.
I want to get your opinion on something. Is my wife a total lunatic, right? Because somehow I got roped into watching Scandal, right?
Okay.
and I like it, but I would have never watched it unless she told me to watch it, you know, because it's a total girls show. But I ended up watching it, like, whenever I got into it, and she refuses to watch the final 2 episodes. You know why? Because she doesn't want it to end.
That's insanity.
I'm like, woman, like,
what's her name? Christina? What's her name?
Watch it.
G. Her name is Christina, right? Christina?
Yeah.
Christina, that is insanity.
That is
insane.
Like, even my mom wants to talk about the ending with me for so long. And I'm like, Chris doesn't want to watch it. She's like, what is wrong with this bitch? And I have no idea. It's insane. She goes, no, I don't want it to end. I'm like, it's been on our DVR guys forever, and I'm never gonna watch the end of the show.
You should watch it out. Just watch it out.
That she got me into.
Gee, I have to say, because, we're apparently wrapping up here, and we did not get to this thing, and last week I identified this as a thing that had to be discussed. How could you like Pam? Like, I you
that is the topic that I do.
The person.
Couples.
Gee, like, you gotta hate Pam.
I don't want to say anybody if they watch both shows, and I've watched half of Friends just because it's been around forever. I'm not really intertwined with the characters, but just from what I see, how can you put Ross and Rachel anywhere in the same ballpark as Jim and Pam? I don't get it.
Ross and Rachel are not only the worst couple in that show, they are the worst characters in that show. Period. And I'm a diehard Friends fan, for the record. So my opinion counts heavily
here, man. And Jim and Pam
I
are
think
hilarious.
that I don't have an opinion for a comparison because I didn't spend a lot of time with Friends, but I would think that Monica and Chandler, I would like them better. I think I would. But as far like on rewatch, Pam does not hold up on The Office G. Like, she was terribly selfish. Dude had a chance to start a new career. She was freaking out because for once his attention was not on her. Like, Pam did not hold up in my rewatch of The Office, dude.
That's not fair at all.
That is fair,
The whole thing was Pam was in love with the life that she had because it was simple and she loved it. That's what it was. And she didn't want Jim to feel that he had... She was offended by it because she was fulfilled by this life and Jim wanted more. And for Pam, remember, Pam was a small-town girl. So for her, the life she had with the kids and Jim was all she ever wanted. So she couldn't understand that Jim had this, because Jim, not for nothing, Jim never really talked about that shit. All he did was harass Dwight for fucking 20 years. Let's be honest.
I'm just saying, dude.
And being honest, Jim is kind of a dick the whole way through. It's just that he's funny. Like there's obviously something mentally wrong with Dwight, and he kept fucking with him. Like, obviously Dwight has a few screws loose, and he kept fucking with him. I'm like, and not to mention, Dwight saved his life because Pam's ex-boyfriend was going to beat the shit out of him, and Dwight saved him.
He did save him.
But
I'm just saying, that's a very mature perspective from somebody that I would count on to be like, she needs to sit her tail down somewhere. This boy needed to start his whole sports career. For 10 years, it has been all about her. And the second that he averted his eyes from her to say, oh, there's another thing that I like and I want to do. She's having drinks with the cameraman. She was scared. She was terrible.
She did not think that. When he did that, she started to think that this life that she gave him wasn't enough. And she got scared. That's all it was.
Gee, that is so, like... this is a soft version of you that I thought I would never see the day. I rue the day.
The Office is probably the only show that I probably cry every other episode. And I'm talking cry. Like, I don't know why. The writers of this show just got to my heart. I don't know why I cry.
I've not watched The Office before, but you cried in The Office?
Oh, yeah, all the fucking time.
That's crazy. Listen, I would cry. I used to cry
too. My emotions are messed up. I can know somebody, they'll die. I'll be like, man, that's fucked up. I'll feel bad, but I won't cry. As soon as, like, a low-level character on The Office says something adorable, I cry.
Wow.
Yeah.
That show would get to my emotions as well. It would. I mean, in years, I loved their relationship, but that ninth season or whatever the heck season it was on rewatch. Oh, I'm like, she is just get her out of here.
For the record, The Office is a show I will be attacking this summer. On my list of things that I'm going to watch that my wife has no interest in watching. So
it's so good. You gotta talk her into that. It's
no,
so
she
good.
won't. She hates it. She hates it because of the cameras, because of the one camera thing. She hates that.
You get used to it, though.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say. I think when you're watching it, she's probably gonna.
She's very picky. She's
probably gonna acclimate.
She's a big movie and TV
it's
show.
Too good.
She's a big movie and TV show buff, but she said that the way it's filmed, she said she can't take it.
And what's great about the show that's very underrated, people don't talk about, the stars of the show, they all shine. They do a great job developing those characters. The side characters, the way they grow them, like Angela was nothing for
really
like the first 2-3 seasons. Angela becomes a main player. Kevin, who is pretty much just a one-liner. Even Kevin, you start feeling kind of bad for Kevin, and you kind of root for him.
Oh, so good. Yeah. You know, they did a really good job.
And it's just all the side characters, they develop along the way. And that's why I tell people, the writing on The Office is just great. It was just perfect comedic timing. Comedic timing throughout, like, Creed, everybody. The comedic timing is terrific.
I think she'll bend to your will on that one. Like, y'all will be watching that together. It's really good. Some of those early episodes are painful.
Right.
Like when you're being shown how bad of a boss Michael Scott is, like, ooh, there's like pain in your side.
That being said, because this was kind of a topic we had promised to attack on the show last week. Who are, I guess, your top two? What I want to call give me your favorite television characters all time. Top two, whatever, it doesn't matter.
I mean, I guess I have to say Jax Teller and Zach Morris.
Zach Morris? How dare you say
You know what's funny? No. Wait, Roz, you know what's funny? You was watching the other day on Monday, G?
What, Zach Morris is a dark thing?
No. Well, no, but but no. You remember the Hawaiian trip they went on for 2 weeks? The episodes, the 4-part episodes.
Was that the one where Kelly's grandfather owned?
Yeah, owned the place. Yeah, I watched that whole thing on Monday. Again,
and it's like, because Zach Morris you got to take with a grain of salt, because one's just the most unrealistic storyline ever, and the things he does are just stupid. And when you watch it now, you really don't laugh. It's more like a guilty pleasure because you know it's going to come up. But yeah, Zach Morris, when I was a kid, he was the coolest, man. You know, and then as I grew up, Jax Teller became the coolest. So, and if you think about it, Jax Teller is kind of like the really cool, tough version of Zach Morris.
And what's fun about that is when you said about perspective also is that when I was growing up watching that show as a kid, you know, I used to feel sorry for Screech. Now I can't stand him. Fuck him.
Oh yeah.
I can't stand him now.
I can't stand Screech. He's the worst.
He's the worst. I actually feel bad for him all the time, and I screw him. So
I actually root more for Jessie.
She's hot, actually.
Oh, well, she had that white afro hair going on back in the day.
I still would hit it. Come on now.
No. And let me tell you, like, jeans back then did nothing for girls' butts back then. Like, everybody had long ass back then. Everybody. Like, even Lisa, who we all knew had a body, because of those jeans, just had long ass. Like, those jeans are terrible.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, my top two couples, honestly, you'd be surprised here. Did you watch Private Practice by any chance, Roz?
I did. Wait, no, I did not.
Okay,
wait.
Shoot.
I'm thinking about The Practice. You said Private Practice?
It's a sort of spin-off sidebar of Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Charlotte and her boyfriend, I forgot his name, but that's my favorite couple of all time. I love the dynamic on there. And don't laugh at me at this one, but I've always been a fan of Pacey and Joey on Dawson's Creek.
You know what's funny? That's what my friend Jen said. She broke down the math between Ross and Rachel and Jim and Pam when I posed that question. She broke down like a whole mathematic equation. And at the end, she said that because of Jim, they edge out Ross and Rachel. But she said it doesn't matter. Pacey and Joey rule this conversation.
Yeah.
I was like, I actually stopped watching that show when Pacey slept with her. That's why I stopped watching.
Why?
Because I got pissed, man. I was like, I don't know. I got mad. I got mad about it.
You want to talk about guilty pleasure like of all time for me? Like, not only did I love that show, I own all 6 seasons on DVD.
Dawson's Creek? Yeah, like, I don't know, I stopped watching when that happened. That's when I bailed out. I was like, I don't like this shit. And then, like, I saw a couple episodes when they were, like, together. And then, like, Dawson started looking really weird. Like, I don't know. Like, I just, and then they totally, like, phased out Michelle Williams, who was the best actor on the whole show. They kind of phased her out. Her character did nothing.
She died in the show. She died in the end.
What season did she die in?
Season 6, at the very end, the very last episode.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, because I remember her character was doing nothing, though. I remember when she first got there, they made her like this real sexual, racy character from out of town. Yeah. I was like, oh, she's all right. And then she totally mellowed out, became a prude, and just became boring, and nobody liked her.
I actually hated her. I hated her character arc more than anything else. I think hers was quite shocking. Like, what? No.
Yeah, that's right. Like, they really just destroyed her. Like, no character on this show had an edge. Like,
Pacey.
That's why I was like, she had like this real edge, and they took it away.
Just Pacey, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, since you named couples, EJ, I'm not going to name couples because I don't kind of care about TV couples sometimes. But I'm going to take liberty in naming a bunch of like at least 4 individual favorite characters. So maybe not 4, but definitely Barney Stinson is one of my favorite all-time characters.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah, Barney was ridiculously good. Samantha Jones on Sex and the City.
Yes.
One of my absolute all-time faves.
Although I gotta be honest with her, by the way, I'm also a huge fan of Sex and the City, for the record. But she got kind of, after a while, got kind of annoying for me after a while. Same old shit.
Really?
After a while, it gets annoying.
How did she get annoying?
It got annoying. The same shtick every fucking episode. Like, you know, she's a whore. I mean, we know this already. Like, come on.
No, by the time we got to season 6, she was like trying to get over Richard. She's dating the young dude. She gets the breast cancer. What are you saying? Like, this was, okay.
I guess you're right. No, you know what it is though? I was always more with Charlotte. I always loved Charlotte.
Oh, well, I loved listen, I always root for each of them individually in different ways. But
you Miranda?
Charlotte's like my sweetheart. Like, but Samantha was my favorite person. I got Miranda, but she got on my nerves, and Carrie was kind of neurotic. But Samantha was my girl. I don't know what it means that the 2 characters I picked so far were like the whores of their show. Yeah. Like Barney Stinson was like the wild dude, and Samantha was supposed to be the wild chick.
Barney saved that show, to be honest with you, because to be honest with you, Ted's character
saved the show, because otherwise
Ted's character got
terrible.
Annoying, and then even Ted's character got bland actually, and then the couple, I'm going blank on this one.
Yeah,
you know
Jason Segel and those are really, and I can't think of their names on the show. Yeah, them.
Which is funny
because it's
I did like Jason Segel though. What the hell was his name? Marshall
yes.
was my guy.
Marshall and Lily.
Yeah, he was my second favorite. Yeah, Marshall and Lily. Whew, God, I couldn't think of him. Let's see. I also really liked Jerry Seinfeld on Seinfeld, and then I'll go with...
I actually like Elaine more as I watched that show.
But I was going to say, Elaine's my girl, though. I was going to give it...
Elaine becomes my favorite on the show. Like, she's ridiculous. She's like her character... Like, I know Kramer is over the top. George is neurotic, but her character is insane because she's supposed to be the smartest one.
Yeah, she's supposed to be the smartest one, and she's crazy. Julia Louis-Dreyfus is probably my favorite. I think she's my favorite comedic actress of all time. So I couldn't give it to her for Seinfeld, but I would give it to her for her character on Veep. Like, that's probably one of my favorite characters as well, because she was so freaking foul, and she would read the hell out of you, like.
Still.
Oh my God!
Even her Christine show, like, I was never really.
That show was brilliant. She was so good on that.
Like the writing on that show, I don't know who wrote it, but the writing was always top notch on that show. Like, that's the kind of show that I just watched in syndication, kind of like 2.5 Men. Like 2.5 Men, I never watched, but when I watched it, Charlie Sheen as Charlie Harper was actually hilarious. Like, pretty much
very good.
Like, he was just great. His comedic timing is probably like one of my favorites on TV. You know, he's just great. You know, and what's great is like
is a brilliant comedic actor. He's brilliant when he's not.
It's just that he's a lunatic.
Yeah, he's a lunatic. But those first few seasons of How I Met Your, I was gonna say first season. You're right. Those early seasons, because that's the way I found that show is in syndication, and those first 2, 3, 4 seasons, like. that was just pure brilliance. What he did on there, whew, so good.
It was great.
I was never I'm not a Seinfeld fan, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh!
This is where you and G bond. You and I will bond on Sex and the City and How Much Your Mother, but you and G will bond on Seinfeld and The Office.
Well, we got a big problem with that.
Like, once you watch The Office, you'll like it.
No. I think I will like it. It's not that I don't like it. I haven't given it a chance to sit and watch it. Like right now, I'm binging WWF 1997.
I'm actually rewatching The Office now. I just got up to season 9. So maybe I'll see what Roz said. But even though I saw it about 3 times already. But I'll look deeper into it this time around.
I'll tell you what, when I finish The Office...
I'll
tell you what, when we finish The Office, we'll do a podcast on The Office.
Yeah, I would.
Yes, absolutely. Let's do it.
I'll probably cry.
Rosalyn, where can we find you? It's a great pod today.
You can find me on Instagram mostly, because the other places start to annoy me.
By the way, you act... I'm going to call you out. You just added me actually 2 days ago.
Listen, I was so freaking surprised. Like, you said that, I was like, there's no freaking way that I'm not following you.
Yeah.
And I come over there and I'm like, oh, wait. And I'm begging you. Then I have to send you a note like, please, EJ, don't reject me. Like, accept my request.
And the only reason I knew that was because I was trying to share something you sent to me. And I couldn't share. I'm like, this is weird. You know, Ross likes follow each other.
Well, and here's the thing.
No, we don't.
Here's the thing. Like, I think that happens with a lot of people because I got on IG like whenever they connected to whenever Facebook took them over, and then you started, and I'm like, oh, let me go over here and start an account. And so then all of these people from Facebook and Twitter like automatically followed me, but I never did anything. And then maybe a year or two later, I actually start actively being on here. And there are a lot of people that are following me that I kind of don't know that I'm not following for that very reason. And you're one of them. And when you said that, I was like, what the hell? So, yeah. Thank you for letting me into your life, EJ, and allowing me to, accepting my request.
Even though I was already in your life for the last 7 years already, but okay.
Oh, God. I'm like, please don't reject me now. Like, accept me. Don't break up with me.
This is not twice in the last couple months where we've had misunderstandings. Remember you thought that I deleted a podcast 2 months ago?
Yeah. That one hurt. That hurt. Yeah.
See?
I was down.
And now he's how it works out? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see how it worked out. And then I hurt you, and I'm so sorry. But I'm glad you accepted my apology and accepted my request to follow you on IG. So we're good.
Needless to say, we're even now.
We're even now.
G.
That's what Barney would say. Now we're even.
G.
Yeah, Instagram, Twitter, GEESTEELIO. Follow the Bears Brawl on Twitter. I got a call like in an hour. I think we're acquiring our 4th Chicago-based podcast on the network now.
Nice.
We're just finalizing that right now.
About the Bears or just in Chicago in general?
I think it's Chicago in general. We have, I think the only exclusive Bears one is the Bears Brawl. The other ones have been pretty much like Chicago sports, so it's funny because I'm the kid from New York, and I'm all in on the Chicago network.
But you also a fan of Blackhawks and the White Sox, so I mean, it's, it makes sense to some degree.
Yeah, it's just and we're actually just trying to find the talent to get an NFL pod, just to get a young guy and older guy just do an NFL pod right now. It's kind of hard doing this whole network thing, man. Like, it's annoying, just relying on people, which is something that's not one of my strong points, is relying on people. Like, I'm not a good delegator. I kind of just do everything myself.
Not me either.
Yeah, I'm a terrible delegator, and it's because and it's not because I don't think I could be a good boss. It's because I don't trust anybody to do it the way I want it.
Yeah, I'm with you too.
Yeah, it's very bad because you gotta let go. But I'm terrible at it, and but the good part is that so is my partner Mike. So whatever, we both just stress ourselves out for no reason, so it's fun.
As always.
But yeah, that's about it. I don't think I got anything. I got nothing pending coming up. So whatever.
Well, other than baby.
Yeah, I got that pending.
How's that going?
I guess, all right.
Yeah, we're on countdown. Well, I guess.
No, come on.
Well, I'm thinking I'm on countdown to my birthday, so we're on countdown to baby Celia.
August 18th, the due date, and it's funny because everybody's like, "Oh, how has she been?" I'm like, I don't know. When I met her, she was a brat. When I married her, she was a brat. So if she's complaining, it's kind of in one ear out the other. But I don't know. She's fine.
Dude, is it August the 18th? Like, has that moved up?
No,
Has it always been August 18th?
It's always been August.
I knew it was August, but I thought it was like later. Like, this baby is going to be 2 days behind me in a birthday. Like, I am so hype about this now.
So what does that make you, like, astrology-wise? A Leo?
I'm a Leo. You're gonna have a little Leo, a Leo girl. Man, you're so lucky.
Hopefully it's a girl. You know, we'll find out the day of what the hell it's gonna be. So,
can I ask a question real quick? Not I'm judging, because I look, if you can do what you want, obviously. But what is this thing of people wanting to wait till the baby's born to find out the gender? I don't.
Because they want.
Because it's like, whatever, it just keeps you guessing for like the 9 or really 10 months. You just keep you guessing, whatever. I don't care either way. I mean, obviously, like I always said, I wanted a girl, but it's not like if I have a son, I'm gonna throw him to the wolves. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, but like, I don't know, like, and it's funny because as soon as the kid is born, as soon as we realize it's a girl or a boy, we both know our mother's gonna go ape shit and buy boys related or girls related stuff for the kid anyway, so we ain't gotta worry about that.
So if I can know the sex of the baby like as early as possible, I want to know. I'm the complete opposite when it comes to that kind of stuff.
We gotta have a girl in our crew. Like, DJ's got the boys. And you want a girl, so I'm like, this needs to be a little Leo girl.
And the way I figure is like I'm gonna raise my girl to be like a boy anyway, so to speak. Like I'm not gonna be the guy who's gonna shy my girl away from sports. Like if I have a son, I want to teach him how to dribble with both hands. I want to show him how to throw a spiral. If I have a daughter, I want to do the same thing. So it's not like I feel like I'm missing out because I have a son. Like that's what I want people to know. Like I don't feel like I'm missing out on something with a son because I'm just saying it's my kid. I can do whatever the hell I want with it. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I can do whatever the hell I want. It's like clay. You just model it the way you want it to be.
It's all yours. It's all yours. Your responsibility. Your tax break. Anyway.
Yeah, my tax break.
Anyway, but overrated by the way, because I don't really see much of that. To be honest with you, but anyway, that's overrated.
This is our longest shoot in the shit.
It's up there.
Yeah, this is definitely our longest one because usually one of us has to leave like in an hour.
Well, I got another.
Right, or we hear the baby waking up in the background. Like, I'm very surprised. That's normally our alarm. Like,
nah, he's passed out, dog.
The baby's like, "Listen, it's been an hour. Get the hell off the phone." Like that's what happens.
I had like nothing to do because I worked at 9:30 at night and punched out at like 5:30. So I went to sleep for a little while. I got nothing else to do the rest of the day.
Wow, you do overnight, really?
Yeah, I just do whatever shift. I don't know. But my whole life is just a mystery now.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, but that's why I did. I punched at 9:30, punched out at 5:30. So it's what it is, man. Gotta make that bread. Gotta hustle.
Yeah, I'm with you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're done.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.
Till next time.
All right, guys, take care.
Bye.
Later.